The United States is the world's most powerful country. But despite possessing such a trait and such kind of strength, Washington's security officials are raising concerns of possible terror threats on its soil, after terror activities are gaining momentum abroad, while Europe is also receiving a series of online threats. The FBI is concerned about the possibility of an organized attack in the United States, similar to the one that killed scores of people at a Russian concert hall last month, just in the outskirts of Moscow, with the US government claiming that they had warned Russian authorities to expect such an attack. Now, speaking to a House panel, the FBI Director Christopher Wray said that he has seen the threat from foreign terrorists rise to a whole new level after October 7th.
It is critical in securing our nation, and we are in crunch time with our 702 authority set to expire next week. But now, increasingly concerning, is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland, akin to the ISIS-K attack we saw at the Russia concert hall just a couple weeks ago. We also need funding to counter the threat from the People's Republic of China.
For long, US officials have been worried about the possibility of an attack carried out by an individual or small group following the outbreak of war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. And just days ago, police agencies across Europe boosted security after reports suggested that the terror group Islamic State allegedly planned to attack stadiums hosting Champions League matches this week in Madrid, London and Paris. The FBI chief raised the concern of a possible terror threat as the US Congress is fighting against time to renew its spy program, which is considered critical to US national security. However, it faces uncertainty as lawmakers are citing reservations over how the authority empowers warrantless domestic surveillance as well. The rift in Republicans is jeopardizing the extension of the program. The bill in question would renew Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act for 2 years rather than 5. It allows the US government to collect electronic communications of non-Americans located outside the country without a warrant. But what makes it controversial is that sometimes the data of Americans who are in contact with those surveilled individuals is also collected. Now, Congress is facing a time crunch to come to a resolution, as Section 702 is set to expire on the 19th of April, in what is seen as another blow to the Speaker, and that is Mike Johnson. On Wednesday, an attempt to move ahead with reforming and renewing parts of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act was blocked by House Republicans. Former President Donald Trump and some of his conservative allies in Congress have also broadly criticized FISA. He claims a portion of the law needing renewal was used to spy on his 2016 presidential campaign after FBI obtained warrants through FISA to wiretap Carter Page, an advisor to Trump's first presidential campaign. Trump this week has also urged lawmakers to kill FISA. China's military aggression and dominance in the Indo-Pacific region has brought together US, Japan and the Philippines. White House hosted the first trilateral meeting between the leaders of these nations. President Joe Biden gathered Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida for a first-of-its-kind White House summit in a bid to show that they are in lockstep about countering China's military assertiveness. During the opening remarks, the US president declared the trilateral summit with Japan and the Philippines as a new era of partnership, and Biden said he was committed to deepening maritime and security ties with the two allies. Further adding that Washington's support for Manila and Tokyo is ironclad, as he assured his allies worried about increasing assertiveness by China in the disputed waters.
President, Mr. Prime Minister, today we mark a historic moment, the first ever leaders summit between the United States, Japan, and the Philippines. And it's truly an honor to have you both here as we begin this new era of partnership. The United States defense commitments to Japan and to the Philippines are ironclad. They're ironclad.
The long simmering tensions between China and its neighbors took the center stage. According to White House, the leaders have agreed to step up military exercises, including plans for Philippine and Japanese Coast Guard members to patrol aboard a U.S. Coast Guard vessel in the Indo-Pacific. The allies also plan to conduct more training exercises at sea.
本日の会合は Japan, the US, and the Philippines are maritime nations connected by the Pacific Ocean and are natural partners. We share fundamental values and principles and have supported regional economic development. In order to secure peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific, I hope to reaffirm our intention to further strengthen trilateral cooperation and to present the specific way forward through today's meeting.
Maritime security topped the summit agenda following a series of incidents, including Chinese Coast Guard ships firing water cannons last month at a civilian Filipino boat. This comes as China claims almost the entire South China Sea, including the maritime economic zones of neighboring nations. The second Thomas Shoal is within the Philippines' 320-kilometer exclusive economic zone. Meanwhile, during the trilateral, Biden also announced that the three nations are launching a new economic corridor in the Philippines as part of the G7 Partnership for Global Infrastructure Investment. According to the American president, the economic corridor will help develop clean energy, port, agriculture, and other projects in the country.
Pursuit of a peaceful, stable, and prosperous Indo-Pacific. It is a part